Good day. Welcome to Mayor King's TV News. I am Matsu of Share, and here are the headlines. Torrential rain forces postponement of Delta's Oborevwori Road groundbreaking. Delta local government bans Okada and Keke riders from wearing face masks. Tinubu seeks National Assembly's nod for $2.3 billion fresh loan. Arsenal plan to expand Emirates Stadium capacity. Now the news in detail. The Delta State Bureau for Local Government Pensions has commended Governor Sheriff Oborevwori for his proactive leadership and unwavering support for the regular payment of pensions and gratuities, describing gesture as a clear demonstration of the administration's commitment to workers' welfare and financial transparency. Disclosing remarkable progress in the management of the Contributory Pension Scheme (CPS), the Bureau revealed that as of April 2025, all local government workers who retired on or before September 2024 have been fully paid their entitlements, while attention has now shifted to those who retired from October 2024. The disclosure was made by the Secretary of the Bureau, Oyemeni Frank Atube, who represented the Chairman, Benjamin Eagle, during the flag-off of the Bureau Stakeholder Sensitization and Enlightenment Program held in Cocoa headquarters of Warri North Local Government Area. Atube reaffirmed the Bureau's dedication to transparency, accountability, and the continuous improvement of welfare for local government workers and retirees under the Contributory Pension Scheme. He explained that the sensitization campaign was designed to bridge communication gaps and deepen stakeholders' understanding of the scheme, particularly among council officials, educational authorities, and pension desk officials. He added that the sensitization exercise will be taken to all 25 local government areas of the state to ensure that every stakeholder is properly informed and guided in the management of pension-related matters. As part of the enlightenment process, the Bureau presented copies of its official handbook on the administration and management of local government contributory pension scheme to the Vice Chairman of Warri North Local Government Council, Honorable Mrs. Florence Bisina, who represented the Council Chairman, Honorable Festus Annie Ashima. The Delta State government has postponed the scheduled groundbreaking ceremony for the 12-kilometer Oborevwori Road project in Oshimili North Local Government Area of Delta State, following a torrential downpour on Tuesday morning. In a statement issued by the Commissioner for Works, Rural Roads and Public Information, Mr. Charles Sanyago, the government explained that the persistent rainfall rendered it impractical to proceed with the ceremony as planned. Aniago said the decision to postpone the event was taken in the best interest of guests, stakeholders, and residents, noting that the wet conditions affected both accessibility and logistics at the project site. He conveyed the regrets of Governor Sheriff Oborevwori, who was scheduled to preside over the ceremony, to all invited dignitaries and members of the public, assuring that a new date will be announced soon. He reiterated that Governor Oborevwori remains fully committed to advancing infrastructure development across the state through the MORE agenda, which emphasizes meaningful development, opportunities for all, realistic reforms, and enhanced peace and security. The Sapele Local Government Area of Delta State has issued new operational guidelines for commercial motorcycle and tricycle operators banning the use of face masks while on duty. According to a statement signed and released by Secretary of the Local Government Council, Honorable Raymond Vera, the directives are part of efforts to maintain peace, order, and effective transportation management within the area. The statement made available on Tuesday stated that the new rules would take effect 30 days from now and would be strictly enforced. For tricycle operators, the Council fixed operational hours between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. daily. It also directed no passenger shall enter any keke without a visible and valid VIO number, boldly displayed on the body, and that keke covers must be properly tied, especially during rainfall. The Council warned that any operator who violates these directives will face a 7-day detention. It also issued a strong security warning against theft and other criminal activities in the area. The 2025 edition of the Basic Education School Sports Competition kicks off on Thursday, 9th October 2025 across the 25 local government areas of the state. The competition being organized by the Universal Basic Education Commission and the Delta State Universal Basic Education Board in collaboration with the Delta State government has its theme Catch Them Young and Build the Future. The Executive Chairman, Delta State Universal Basic Education Board, Honorable Samuel Mare, said the sporting event is open to primary school children under the Universal Basic Education Program. Honorable Maria listed activities for the competition to include football, table tennis, Scrabble, athletics, among others, with the grand finale coming up on Wednesday, 22nd October 2025 at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba, the state capital. He urged all participating schools to prepare adequately and ensure full participation of other pupils in the exciting sporting event aimed at discovering and nurturing young talents across the state. The superb bus charged education secretariats, ed teachers, sports masters, pupils, and stakeholders to give sporting events the highest level of attention and support. Now on the entertainment news. Prominent members of the Maverick City Music, Naomi Rain and Chandler Moore, have announced the departure from the Grammy-winning Worship Collective on October 6, 2025. In heartfelt statements in social media, both artists expressed gratitude for their time with the group while signaling a new chapter in their individual journeys. Naomi Rain shared that after a lot of prayer and consideration, she decided to leave Maverick City Music to step into what she believes God has called her to do individually. She emphasized that her departure isn't an ending but a new beginning, and she's excited about the music, ministry, and purpose ahead. Recalling that Rain has been an integral part of Maverick City Music since 2019, contributing her powerful vocals and songwriting skills to hits like Gyre and Promises. Also, Chandler Moore also announced his exit, signaling a bittersweet decision after being locked in on what really matters in his life and career. He expressed fresh vision and real excitement about the future, stating that his dream hasn't changed, but he is stepping into a new phase to share his story and make music that helps people feel more human. Now on the business news. President Bola Tinubu has again written to the National Assembly seeking approval for a fresh external borrowing of $2.3 billion. This is in addition to a plan to issue $500 million sovereign Sukuk, which will mark Nigeria's debut into the international Islamic finance market. The request, contained in a letter read on the floor of the House of Representatives by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas on Tuesday, complies with Sections 21 and 27 of the Debt Management and Office Establishment Act 2003. The borrowing plan seeks legislative approval for external financing to implement the 2025 Appropriation Act, refinance maturing extra bonds, and expand Nigeria's debt instruments to include Islamic finance products. Tinubu noted that the 2025 fiscal framework anticipates $9.27 billion in a new borrowings to address the budget deficit, of which $1.84 billion is earmarked for external sources at an assumed exchange rate of 1,500 naira to the dollar. He explained that the external borrowing will be sourced through various instruments, including Eurobonds and syndicated loans, bridge financing, or direct loans from multilateral institutions, in order to externalize costs and manage risks effectively. Now on the foreign news. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and U.S. President Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, will join Gaza peace plan talks between Israeli and Hamas negotiators in Egypt on Wednesday. The arrival comes as a second day of indirect talks on Tuesday ended without tangible results, as revealed by a senior Palestinian official familiar with negotiations. Trump struck a positive tone as Israelis marked the second anniversary of the 7th October Hamas-led attack on their country, saying there is a possibility that they could have peace in the Middle East. Meanwhile, Qatar Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahim Al Thani is seen as a key meditator and will also join the talks. Al Thani's attendance was aimed at pushing forward the Gaza ceasefire plan and hostage release agreement. Now on the sports news. Arsenal have held internal discussions about expanding the capacity of Emirates Stadium. According to the report, the talks are still at the early stage with no favored plan on how to move forward decided yet, but the possibility of home matches being played at Wembley Stadium if work was to take place has been discussed. The Gunners played Champions League matches at the old Wembley Stadium in both the 1998 and 1999 and 1999 to 2000 seasons. Rivals Tottenham played Champions League matches at the current Wembley in 2016 to 17, before playing all of their home fixtures at Wembley in 2017 to 18 and most of 2018 to 19, while their new stadium was completed. Next year will mark 20 years since the Gunners moved to the Emirates from Ibor. It is understood talks have involved the possibility of changing seating plan in order to add thousands of seats as the Gunners look up to peace with the largest stadiums in the country. Now a recap on our headlines. Torrential rain forces postponement of Delta's Ugbolu-Okpanam Road groundbreaking. Delta local government bans Okada and Keke riders from wearing face masks. Tinubu seeks National Assembly's nod for $2.3 billion fresh loan. Arsenal plan to expand Emirates Stadium capacity. That's the news is detailed by Timiala Emanuela. I am Matsu Akwaimitorisha. Thanks for watching.